Down here today, it is April the 9th. It is Friday. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. I've got an interview today with the police chief for clarity purposes, and he's willing to have us sit down and talk with us, Erie County Fam. So let's go see what he has to say and what he thought about the audit, and we'll go talk to him. Let's head inside. How you doing, Chief?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm down here on behalf of the Erie County Fam, and when I say the Erie County family, I mean the Erie County family. Anybody who hits the subscribe button and watches the videos to the channel is the Erie County Fam. So I'm down here working for them. Pretty much the same people that you work for down here, the people. I did a First Amendment audit down here the other day, and I would like to start by saying that I have binge watched First Amendment audits and audits for a long time. I can't help watching them. I got addicted watching them. I enjoyed watching them. I got started to thinking to myself that, it's a lot more popular down south, and I would assume just because more people stay outside longer and there's no winter, half the year to keep people inside so they can get out and do these activities. But my opinion is it's heading up here. And it's going to be here. People are going to see it. They're going to like it. They're going to want to do it. And just like in any career, whether it's police, a mechanic shop, or even auditors, and there's good auditors, there's not so nice and great auditors, there's good mechanics, there's bad mechanics. Police officers, there's great police officers, and there's some who violate some people's rights and cause things such as, like BLM. My ultimate goal with this channel is to do audits in the manner that if there was no police interaction and I make a video, it's still a video. I still get to see what's in the places, what's there. It's not a video in an era where I'm standing by police cars, waiting for a police to come by, officer come by, and then duck down suspiciously and do it, and try to get a reaction like I see some people. So my audit channel is more to bring out the real audit. I do a real audit and see if legitimately, if I do it with a little integrity and where, an officer approaches me and I say, I'm just working on a story, my name's Dan, and I give him just that, versus some auditors, the police will come up and they'll ask them a question and they'll just be like, I don't answer questions. So the legitimacy of working on an actual story is an actual thing when I'm coming down here. So that is the basis of my channel. It's more of a realistic thing, so I can get the view of, is the auditors down south or some of the other auditors, are they out of line, or are they police actually act the way they act in some of their videos? And so far in my auditing, I've come across some pretty good police departments, and I get left alone pretty well. But in all my audits that I've ever seen in my entire life, all the ones I've ever performed, I have never in my life seen a upstanding police department like North Tonawanda. Their behavior, the way they treated me, they didn't violate my rights, they respected me as a person. Even to go to say that some of these people might see me with a camera down here and think, oh, this guy is stupid, they might have an opinion, this guy get a job. Like, even if they had that in their head, like they thought that for a moment, not one of your officers portrayed that to me, made me feel like anything less than a person. So I would like to thank you on behalf of the Erie County Fam for having an outstanding police department here. And not only did I not get harassed in any manner, I didn't even get ID'd. Nobody tried to ID me. And I had 6 different officers, not just one, come up and say to me, hey, do you need any help? I said, no, I'm just working on a story, taking some pictures. And that was it, 6 of them. So, that's a super, super pass. I've never seen that in my life. On behalf of the Erie County Fam, I know they're excited and happy to see that the department perform this way, because a lot of audits don't go that way. I've been to some other departments where they didn't go anywhere near smooth or respectful in the manner that your guys' department did. And I'd like to thank you on behalf of the family, and just give you an example of what I'm down here doing and to bridge the gap. I don't know if you got a chance to see your Google review rating.
I did not.
I in the first video, after that pass, I put out a memo in the beginning of this video to anybody who likes what they've seen to come down and hit you guys with a Google review. And you might think, hey, who cares about a Google review, because you're the police, you're doing your job, who cares, right?
Oh, excuse me.
But the way I see it is, in this day and age, nobody can call the North Tonawanda Police Department unless they're old-fashioned, they're still using the yellow pages, they're going to Google it to get that number. Now, I've been in a situation in my past where I was in my apartment, and it was the second floor, and I watched two gentlemen come running across from the repair shop across the street, looking like they might have been carrying a catalytic converter, like they might have cut it off to steal it.
Right.
And I called the police to report it, and when I get there, next thing I know it, I find myself in handcuffs in the back of a police car, and they're investigating me for something, and trying to criminalize me. Now, when somebody goes to see something like that, say in North Tonawanda, and they look at that police review, and they see 2.8, which it was before I came here, they might be like, maybe I won't report that. You know, it's something they might want to be reported, and you know, crime, we want crime down, of course, and that, so now I asked a bunch of people if they liked what they seen to go report it, and I know since then you guys are now at 3.7.
I did not even know we had a Google review.
Yeah, I mean, like this, and that's just my little way of helping bridge the gap between the people and the police, because I believe your department not only earned that, it absolutely deserves that, and absolutely deserves more respect than a 2.8. I mean, I know a lot of people just go put reviews just to complain, and that's it. I mean, majority, so I mean, when you do see lower numbers, it's kind of explainable, but just to help you guys out, I did that in that aspect of that in mind. So I looked this morning, I believe Audit in Erie County brought in at least 7 new reviews, moving you guys up on that, and just a little thing like that I can do for you guys. Can I get your opinion on the audit, what you thought of it? I don't know, you watched it maybe?
Well, I saw the audit. You know, you didn't touch any of the cars or do anything like that, so that was fine. Our officers, I mean, I would hope, would never be disrespectful to anybody. You know, I mean, they watched what you were doing and stuff like that, and you're on your way. So, yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine, the way they did it. I mean, if you were trying door handles and stuff like that, we would have had a problem. We have had incidents where they've tried to vandalize our vehicles before. We've had it where they've gone into our personal vehicles and stuff like that. So, when you are on the property, you are gonna get attention. There's
Oh,
no doubt
definitely,
about it.
I respect that fully.
But, I mean, looking at our police cars and stuff like that, I mean, if we're at a call and the guys are stopped there, I mean, people could take pictures of the cars and stuff there.
What they call
So,
that
I mean,
is a cop watch, and I personally, on my channel, Erie County Fam will probably never see cop watches, because I think they're a little bit inappropriate. The
Well,
police
what-
at that point are doing something, and
What
not-
I'm
not
saying
there for
is,
that
I
one.
mean, to take videos of the cars and the building, I mean, it's really, I don't really see an issue with that, because our cars are out there all the time. People can video our cars, they can go and look, you know, just as you did. Like I said, you weren't trying to get into the cars, you weren't damaging the cars. You know, our guys, they really didn't need to ask you for any ID or anything, because they were just, there was really nothing there. They were gonna keep an eye on you. Had you done something, they would have identified you.
Oh, yeah, and I would respect them too, of course.
You know, but, yeah, no, I had no issue, you know, with how they handled it.
I'd also like to thank you for the interview today, just because the Erie County Fam and the world, they love to see clarity, they love to see this kind of stuff, and I think it makes the department look even extra good. So, I mean, you guys got 110% pass, plus an interview with the police chief. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. I mean, this is an outstanding town. I think a lot of the towns across the world could watch your department and learn a lot and do better policing in that aspect. I mean, part of the reason that I do this is to, one, point out that there are good police officers. I want to bridge that gap. And another reason is I don't want BLM to burn our cities down. You know what I mean? Like, I want positive change. I want good change, and I don't ever want to have to worry about that. And I'm not saying I don't want BLM. I don't want the black people to have to do it either. You know what I mean? The black people that would be forced into a crime of doing something like that to get attention and get things taken care of. I'm out here to address it before it even has to get to that point. And a department like yours just makes the police look that much better, and we do appreciate it. And I appreciate the interview.
Well, you're welcome on that. I think the majority of police officers, probably 99.9%, are good people. They're out there doing a job. Do we have a couple bad apples? Certainly.
Sure,
we
and
know
anybody
that.
can have a bad day. You know, he had a fight with his wife, a cop, and then he comes in and gets a little abrasive. But I'm sure everybody has a bad day, and we all have understanding for that, for sure. Too, as well. But if you think of it like this, if you were thinking you were needing a police officer, and you equivalent each police officer to 1 drop of water, and you fill the whole thing full of water, and you put 1 drop of poison in there. That's 1 bad officer, and you said, drink this, you'll be fine. You can understand how that could affect the whole batch. So
I understand.
I appreciate great officers, and that's why I'm down here, and that's why I'm here to congratulate you guys and appreciate you guys. And I also sent you guys lunch the other day on behalf of the Erie County Fam. I'm not sure if the fam knows that, but I did that on behalf of, you guys earned it, deserved it. You got to give respect and credit where it's due. And this was a phenomenal department.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I look forward to working with the communities all around Western New York to help bridge that gap and make sure that everybody has good justice and there's no tyrants along the way that are going to cause civil unrest to the point where BLM ends up here burning down Erie County or any city for that.
We're in Niagara County.
Yeah, I do. Actually, I went to go do the Tonawanda city, ended up here this day. I didn't know that I was actually stopping out of Erie County. Not that audit in Erie County can't go out of Erie County.
Right.
The First Amendment right is good across the country. Remember that, fam. We will be going to Albany, and we might, because somebody suggested, we might have to go audit Mr. Cuomo to get to the bottom of things.
That would be a good one.
But the Gestapo down there probably wouldn't let me get anywhere near him, because I'd have some good questions that the media ain't asking him. I would definitely have some good questions for him. But I guess that is pretty much it that I wanted to touch base with you and thank you, and appreciate the opportunity to sit down with you and give an opportunity to let you know what I'm out here to do, and that's about it.
Well, you're welcome.
Well, thank you very much, Chief.
All right.
This is Remy, the North Tonawanda police dog, Paw. This is the dog for, what do you guys say?
Therapy dog.
Therapy dog for stress relief around here.
Well, it's
Well, Erie County Fam, that was the police chief interview with the North Tonawanda Police Department. That last little quip with the dog. Before I cut it off, I was in the office with a lieutenant who asked not to be on film. I just respected that, but he was saying that that dog is also used for special crime victim units, possibly ones who would possibly, like a child was seen a crime, was upset, and they wouldn't talk. They'd bring the dog in to cheer her up. But that's what that was, and that was a pretty good welcome and greeting to the Erie County Fam. Brought us right in his office, had no problem with clarity, and that's North Tonawanda Police Department. I mean, I have seen no reason to even return back to this department to even perform an audit. Maybe one day when the court system's open there, we might see it, but that's the Erie County Fam down here in Orchard Park, New York, by the Bills Stadium, saying, Erie County Dan out, and have a good weekend.